Hello everyone, and today we're back into another top 5. And today we're going to be talking about the top 5 secret abilities in all of Loomian Legacy. So here are the rules. It has to be a secret ability only. So if there is a secret ability that is also a normal ability like Rev Up, it will not count on the list. Secret abilities only. So let's head right onto this list. Number 5 on this list is actually going to be Double Strike. Double Strike is a very interesting ability because on paper, it sounds like a very solid ability, but it's only on Sumo Beetle. And unfortunately, Sumo Beetle doesn't really utilize it that well. It doesn't have the best base stats, and it doesn't have the highest attack. So, Double Strike can't really get fully utilized. But let this sink in for a second. You get an extra attack with Double Strike. And while it is like 25%, while it is only 25% of a usual attack, it is still massive. You are dealing another 25% more damage to the opposing Loomian. And who knows? If you do 2 attacks, you could also get a chance for 2 crits in a row, or just a crit in general, to deal extra damage. Double Strike could be so good on a Loomian like Cosmior, or like something with a very high melee attack, because it can deal more damage in the long run. Because in reality, Double Strike is an amazing ability, especially against scapegoated Loomians. But on Sumo Beetle, it isn't the best, and since Sumo Beetle's the only Loomian that has Double Strike, unfortunately puts Double Strike at only number 5. So yeah, unfortunately it's down here. Number 4 onto the list is actually going to be Defensive Priority. There's a lot of pre-evolved bug types that have this ability, and my goodness, you get a melee defense and range defense increase, which is amazing. You do lose your speed, which is a flaw with the ability. While it does not affect the pre-evolved Loomians that have it, it is something to knock the ability down a little bit. But you do get a +1 melee and range defense, which is fantastic. And since most bulky bug types that are pre-evolved have solid defenses, it can fully utilize the ability. I mean, we have Prope, Odasho, probably 2 of the most dangerous Loomians in the game. You can even talent trade the ability to each other, increasing their defenses even more. Defensive Priority is just an amazing ability that can be utilized really well. The fact that you get +1 melee and range defense, and then when you combine that with a drop of you, just makes these Loomians unbeatable. You need like Provoke or like Square One or like some certain move out of the radar in order to beat these guys because they're so bulky once they get a defensive priority. It's awesome. And since it just reacts randomly at battle, it just happens. Like, they get it right away. There is no way to activate it. It just activates right away, which makes Defensive Priority an amazing ability. It is not in the top 3 because it lowers your speed, but even then it doesn't matter for the Loomians that have it. Number 3 onto the list is actually going to be Slick Shell. Yes, this only increases the range defense, but it doubles your range defense. Doubles. You know Terraclaw that has a range defense stat of 52? Well, you get Very Clever, 200 range defense TPs, and then you get Slick Shell on top of that? Guess what that makes Terraclaw? One of the bulkiest range tanks in the entire game. Yes, you hold that correctly. Terraclaw. This is a 10-minute clip of Terraclaw destroying teams, and it's amazing. A lot of people talk about how Terraclaw is not the best Loomian, and I can see to an extent. I mean, it is weak to Icicle Traps, and Obsidian and Tundraland exists. But even then, Terraclaw is so bulky on the range side, and without this ability, it kind of would be a bad Loomian. But instead, it actually is a very reliable range tank that is awesome. This ability would also be good on other Loomians. Any Surrogate user can utilize this pretty well. And if any other Loomian had this ability, their range defense would be so high. Even if their range defense is below average, which is just fantastic. I love Terraclaw so much, and I love its ability. It's definitely one of the top abilities in the entire game, and it definitely deserves to be on this list. I mean, look at it. It's soaking this entire guy's team. It definitely deserves to be on the list, and it definitely deserves to be number 3 on the list. So yeah, number 2 onto the list is actually going to be Power Napper. Power Napper is an amazing ability. I mean, look at this. Luminami and Infernix have this ability, and they are both really, really good with it on. I mean, look at this. Himber is getting destroyed by this Luminami. It could pivot out, and since these Lumians have pivot like Luminami, Power Napper can get fully utilized. You soak the hit, you flash and flee out, and you get HP back. It's free HP. That is fantastic. The fact that you can get free HP back from just swapping out, it's just amazing. You get HP for free. You get HP for free. Power Napper is by far one of the best secret abilities in the entire game. And while Luminami is amazing with it, you know, Infernix isn't the best with it. Like, Infernix can still use it pretty well, especially if you're using a Return to Sender Infernix. But overall, it's not the best thing in the world. And there is one ability that is slightly better than Power Napper. But Power Napper is still an amazing ability. The best secret ability in the entire game is Total Eclipse. Yes, Total Eclipse. I don't think there's any shockers here. Total Eclipse actually recently got nerfed, so dark support moves can actually go through it. As you can see, Eclipse can actually get spited and provoked now, which is cool. Even with this nerf, though, Total Eclipse is still the best secret ability in the entire game. I mean, look at what it can do. I mean, you get 2 immunities that gives Eclipse more immunities and weaknesses. And with Light and Dark being a really good dual typing together, yeah, makes Eclipse insane. Not to mention, you could also get a +1 speed boost. Now, before we continue to talk about Total Eclipse, let's talk about some secret abilities that did not make it. I mean, Ace didn't make it, Resilience didn't make it. And, like, while those 2 abilities are awesome, I don't think they're quite as good as the abilities I put on the list. I mean, especially Total Eclipse. Total Eclipse definitely deserves to be #1, but I just don't think they deserve to be on the list, at least compared to the other abilities. So yeah, that's why they're not on the list. But there's no doubt about it. Total Eclipse is the best ability in the entire game. It's the best secret ability in the entire game. It basically makes one of the most overpowered Loomians in the entire game. Yeah, this is an obvious #1. I don't think there's a more obvious #1 choice than Total Eclipse being #1 on the list. It's simply the best secret ability in the entire game. And here it is, Total Eclipse, the best secret ability in the entire game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to make a list on just normal abilities, tell me in the comments below. And yeah, this is actually a very interesting video to make because there's a lot of secret abilities that couldn't make the list, especially when some of those were also normal abilities. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all all later. Bye-bye!